Good morning students. In this video we are going to study about the instrument digital voltmeter which is used for the measurement of AC and DC voltages. In this video we are going to study the block diagram, construction, working and the advantages and the type of digital voltmeters. So let us start with our topic. Before starting the digital voltmeters, first we have to study what is the voltmeter. Voltmeter is an instrument which is used to measure the potential difference between 2 points. Now the voltage which is measured, it can be a AC voltage or it can be a DC voltage. Now there are two types of voltmeters. One is the analog voltmeter and second one is the digital voltmeter. Both these voltmeters, they can measure the AC and DC voltages. The difference between these two is that analog voltmeter is going to give us the reading of the voltage which is on the scale, and there will be a pointer and that pointer will be deflected over the scale, calibrated scale. It can be a reading scale. Whereas the digital voltmeter, it is going to give us the direct reading. Okay, means it is going to provide us the discrete numerical value of the voltage. Okay, this is the difference between analog and digital voltmeters. So analog voltmeter is going to contain a dial or a needle with a needle, and this needle is going to deflected over a calibrated scale. Now this needle is going to move over a scale according to the value of the input voltage. Okay, so whatever will be the value of the voltage, the needle will be deflected in projection to that. So we can say that reading will be taking from the analog voltmeter that will be equal to the input voltage. Okay, now in digital voltmeter, it will provide us the direct reading. It is going to give us the direct reading, that is discrete numerical of the voltage. Now in analog voltmeter, as the observer, it has to read the readings. It has to take that where the needle is pointing over the calibrated scale. So there may be errors which can be occurred due to the wrong observations or wrong readings of the observer. Okay, so whereas in digital voltmeter, because it is directly providing the readings, so we can directly read the readings. So there is a less chance of errors in a digital voltmeter. Okay, whereas in analog voltmeter, because the observer, it has to see where exactly the pointer is coinciding with the divisions on the scale. So it has to read the scale. So errors can occur in the analog voltmeter. So in analog voltmeter, there is a chance of scale may be wrong or wrong readings can be taken. Whereas in digital voltmeter, there is no doubt in the taking the readings because we are getting direct numerical value of the voltage. Now in analog voltmeter, the number of scale divisions, it will be limited. Okay, but in digital voltmeter, the resolution will be superior and more accurate. So if you want to take the read the value, will get 21.101 volts. But in analog voltmeter, we can't read the value that 0.0101 value exactly like this. But if you want to read, if you want to read this minute value in analog voltmeter, it is very difficult for us, but it is less than that value. It is indicated in millivolts only. Okay, but less than that value will not be indicated in the analog voltmeter. So its accuracy will be digital voltmeter accuracy will be more when compared to the analog voltmeter. Okay. Because the scale readings, it is limited in the case of analog voltmeters. Now if you want to read a voltage which is having the negative value that can be correctly indicated by digital voltmeter, we can read positive and negative values by using the digital voltmeters, but when compared to the analog voltmeters, we are unable to read the negative values. Why? Because the scale will take the values, note the values 0 to 50. 0 to 50. So pointer will read the values from 0 to 50. Other than that values, it will show the negative side from the 0. So we can't note the negative values in the analog voltmeters. It is an impossible task with the help of the analog voltmeters, but we can read positive and negative values with the help of the digital voltmeter. Another difference between analog voltmeter and the digital voltmeter is digital voltmeter will not be damaged. It will going to occur if the instrument is going to fall from the table, but in analog meter, if it is fall from the table, it is going to damage because the scale will be disturbed, and also scale is have a glass over it, so that glass will be broken. So in the analog voltmeter, we cannot roughly use the instrument, whereas digital voltmeter, they can be roughly used by the observer because no damage will occur if it is going to fall from the table. So that is the difference between the analog voltmeter and the digital voltmeter. Now here in this video, we are going to study in detail about the digital voltmeter, that is, what is the working, what is the construction, what are the various components, what are the advantages, and various types of the digital voltmeter available to us. The digital voltmeter, as I say, that it is going to measure the voltage and it is going to give us the output in the numerical value. Okay, discrete numerical value, it is going to give us the output the value of the input voltage are also digital voltmeter. They are versatile, accurate instruments which are used in the laboratories. They are widely used as a measurement purpose. Because their size is less, they consume less power, and they will even their cost is also very less. So we can see the digital voltmeters because they are very versatile instruments because of their reduced size, less power consumption, and less cost. Due to these reasons, they are most widely used in the measurement applications. Now let us come to the block diagram of the digital voltmeter. You can see here the various components in the block diagram are AND gate, inverter, counter, display, decimal display, pulse generator. The input voltage is given to the pulse generator. The pulse generator is given to the one of the input of the AND gate, and another input is given as train of pulses. The output of the AND gate is given to the input of the inverter. The function of the inverter is to invert the waveform. So you can see the output form is inverted form of the input. So you will get opposite direction or inverted waveform. Then the output of the inverter is given to the counter, and the output of the counter is given to the decimal display here. So this is the block diagram. Now let us study these components in detail. The input signal, basically the signal whose voltage we want to measure. Then we have the pulse generator. Pulse generator is a voltage source. It is applied to the pulse generator. It is going to use the digital techniques, analog techniques, and both type of digital and analog techniques has to generate the rectangular pulse, and the rectangular pulse is given to the input to the AND gate. You can see the input voltage is applied to the pulse generator is going to convert the input voltage. It is going to apply some digital and analog technique. So this signal is converted into a rectangular pulse. Okay. So now this pulse generator is going to convert the input signal into a rectangular pulse. So digital techniques, they are going to controlled by the width and frequency of the rectangular pulse. The amplitude, rise time, fall time are going to control by the analog circuits. Okay, this is how rectangular pulse is generated by the pulse generator, and this rectangular pulse will be given to the input, one of the input to the AND gate. And now next component is AND gate. Output of the AND gate will be high when both the inputs are high. Means when both the inputs are high logic 1, the output will be a logic 1. Now here you can see that in the block. Here you can see that in the block diagram, the AND gate of the input is the rectangular. AND gate of the input is a rectangular pulse which is generated by the pulse generator, and another input is the train of pulses. Okay, when these inputs are given to the AND gate, then this rectangular pulse and this train of pulses, they will of same duration as that of rectangular pulse. So this we can say that this AND gate is modified according to the train of pulses given to it. So in AND gate, one input is train of pulses and second input is rectangular pulse given by the pulse generator. So the output of the AND gate will be a train of pulses which is having the same duration as that of rectangular pulse. Okay, next we have the AND gate. We are having the inverter which is going to invert the waveform. We are having the the output of this inverter is giving to the counter. Counter is used to count the number of pulses, and after that we are having the decimal display. So it counts the number of impulses and hence the duration and display value of voltage on the LED. So this counter and display unit, what it does, it is going to count the number of impulses. Here you can see these pulses are going to pass through the counter. So it is going to count and the number of pulses, and then it is going to display on the LED. And this number of pulses, it is equal to the input voltage. This train of pulses after passing through the AND gate, they are of same duration as that of the rectangular pulse. So only the number of pulses which equal to the input voltage that will be passed. Other than that, it will not allow. The counter is going to count them and it is going to give the input voltage by calculating the number of pulses through it. Okay. In this way, digital voltmeter, it is going to give us the numerical value of the input voltage. These are the various components of the block diagram. Now let us explain the working of this digital voltmeter in detail. Now this pulse first what we are doing is we are giving unknown input voltage to the pulse generator. Now this pulse generator, it is going to give us the one leg of the AND gate, means one of the input to the AND gate, and the other input is train of pulses. Other input is, so AND gate, it is taking the two inputs. One is the rectangular input which is coming from the pulse generator, and it is combining with the train of pulses. So this train of pulses modified according to the rectangular pulse, width of this rectangular pulse. Now this will give the triggered positive trained, now given to the inverter. Inverter is going to convert to the negative triggered train, and so now positive trigger is going to convert to a negative triggered train. The output of the inverter is giving to the counter. What counter does it? It is going to count the number of triggers in the pulse. Okay. Now this number of triggers in the pulse, they will be equal to the input voltage, and we can calibrate so that we can directly read that value of the input voltage in volts directly from the display unit. Okay, so this is how voltmeter works. So you can see that working of the digital voltmeter, it is nothing but equal to the conversion of analog signal into a digital signal. Analog signal was input signal through which voltage analog signal was the input signal voltage. Okay, and that input signal is converted into a digital signal, means that digital voltmeter is just an analog to digital conversion. So this is the complete block diagram of the digital voltmeter. So we can say it can be replaced by A to D converter. Now analog signal is converted into a train of pulses. Now we can read the number of train of that number of pulses in that train, that will be equal to the input signal voltages. So here the digital voltmeter, it can be replaced by the A to D converter. Here we are having the probes, that is to be attenuator and the amplifier. So through these probes we are giving the input voltage, reading the input voltage, then this signal will be amplified. It will be converted into a digital form by the analog to digital converter, and then digital display, it is going to give us the value of the input voltage. So this is the complete working of the digital voltmeter, which is described in short that this working is nothing but A to D conversion of the input signal. A to D conversion of the input signal. Now come to the advantages of the digital voltmeter. Why digital voltmeter is preferred compared to the analog voltmeter. Now when the operators use the analog voltmeter for measuring the input voltage, they have to take the readings by reading the scale, calibrated scale, and this scale is having more visions over it. Like upper view, depending upon the position of the observer, the values will be differ. Suppose the range is from 0 to 50 volts. So when we are reading, this instrument is having glass over it, that is a transparent glass. So observer can read the readings from this instrument. So in analog voltmeter, it can be affected by gross errors. Whereas digital voltmeters, because we are getting direct readings, direct output voltage, the observer just has to read the numerical values, so errors are reduced. Okay, so these errors can also be called observational errors. So observational errors are eliminated by using the digital voltmeters. Also errors on account of parallax and approximation, they also eliminated. Parallax error means when the observer reading in different levels, upper level and lower level, etc. If the instrument is kept at lower point and the observer is at higher level of observer, in that case error occur. And if the instrument is kept at higher level and observer is at lower level, then also error will occur. Approximation means that will not get the accurate value. We can't take the accurate value by using the analog voltmeter. Means will take depending upon the deflection of a pointer, just we are going to take the values like 20, 20.1, 20.2 like that, but in between 20 to 2.1 we can't take that minute values like 20.123 volts, like exact reading we can't take by using the analog voltmeters, but it can be possible by the digital voltmeters. So digital voltmeters cannot, analog voltmeters cannot take the accurate values. So these types of errors can also be eliminated with the help of the digital voltmeters. If the digital voltmeter, memory devices are also connected with them. So output of the digital voltmeters is stored in the memory and it can be used for the future computations. So also digital voltmeters are versatile, accurate, cheap and compact devices. They are very accurate. They give us the accurate readings. They can used in any type of environment. No errors will occur. The size is very less, they very compact, and portability will increase. You can use them anywhere in the laboratories or outside the laboratories. They can use. The power requirements is also very less. So all these are the advantages of the digital voltmeters. Now next we'll study the types of digital voltmeters available to us. These are the 5 types of the digital voltmeters. Those are ramp type digital voltmeter, integrating type voltmeter, potentiometer type voltmeter, successive approximation type digital voltmeter, continuous balance type digital voltmeter. So all these are the various digital voltmeters operating on various techniques. Okay, so these all about digital voltmeter. In this video we studied about what is the voltmeter, what are the types of the voltmeters, the difference between the two analog voltmeters and digital voltmeters. Then we studied the construction, block diagram and working of the digital voltmeter. In the last we studied the advantages and types of the digital voltmeters available. So I hope this topic digital voltmeter is now clear to you. Thank you.